Welcome to the Art of Hitting channel. Tonight we have the Florida Senior Sports Legends Hall of Fame dinner and awards for the class of 2024, honoring none other than one of the Team Florida's leaders and senior citizens, like they all are, Johnny Miles. Johnny Miles seen here with his buddy and coach and the Hall of Fame director for the Florida Senior Sports Association, Roger Tabor. Enjoy.
Tonight couldn't have happened without the support and generosity of two very special people. Peter Takos, please stand, and Roger Tabor. Thank you for both your continued sponsorship in this special event. Lastly, special thanks goes out to Ed Rose, Audie, and Kurt Hollis. The Sports Association is the proud sponsor of this Legends Hall of Fame. To tell you a little more about it and what the organization's purpose is Roger Tabor, who is standing in for the president, Audie Hollis.
Okay, guys, I'm going to make this brief, but for those of you who don't know what the Florida Senior Sports Association is, it's a nonprofit organization. You can go online and see it. It's done a lot of wonderful things. This may be a little bit difficult for me to get through this because this gentleman means a lot to me. And we started playing this game together 18 years ago. When he came over and started playing with a team called Florida Sluggers. We had a pretty decent team. But him and a couple of his teammates came over and we went from here to there. And we won several championships together. Had a wonderful, wonderful time. And after a while, the team disbanded and folded. And a few years later, 6 or 8 years later probably, we started a 60s team, Team Florida. And this gentleman came with us, and he played just about every position he could play. Hey, we need a second baseman. Okay, we need a shortstop. Okay. We need a third baseman. We need an outfielder. We need a pitcher. We need somebody to run for somebody. Did it all. Still does that today. But what is really important about this guy is what all he does for people outside the game. He began to run our Team Florida team and has now for 4 or 5 years. I don't know how many years it is. But the guys on our team will tell you one thing. You have to do one thing when you're playing for us. That's to show up and play your position. Everything else is taken care of. This man does a massive, massive amount of work. He makes sure all the wheels are greased and we're playing the best we possibly can. I'm going to just read this off of here, and then I'm going to tell you something from the heart. So, this man's a standout in the world of senior softball. He's being inducted into Florida Senior Hall of Fame, a testament to his remarkable contributions both on and off the field. Known for his hitting and dependable defense, he has been a key player in numerous championship runs, showcasing his versatility and leadership in every game. His dedication to the sport is matched by his sportsmanship, earning him the respect of teammates and opponents alike. His induction honors not only his skill, but his unwavering commitment to helping others in the softball community, mentoring younger players and giving back in meaningful ways. His legacy in senior softball is one that will inspire future generations of players. This well-deserved recognition of him, it places him among the elite in the world of senior softball, and his contributions will have an everlasting impact on the sport. You know, we all go through things in our life, and this gentleman has gone through a lot. Cancer, his wife's sickness, and he's never wavered. He's never wavered. He's always been there for everybody else. And he tries to make everybody happy. I don't know how he does that. but he is a true gentleman. And he is a loving husband, a loving father, and a loving son. His dad and him grew up playing baseball, the game he loved, and a love of sports. His dad is now, as so many people has dementia and Alzheimer's, and is losing most, if not all, of his memory. But I'm told that sometimes when this man walks into a room, his dad just turns and says, "That's my boy." And the other day I was talking to him on the phone, and he told me that he had just played a round of golf with his son. And he was telling me how his son hit his 4-iron, how his son did this. It was great. It was great. The love of his father had come down to him, and it proceeded to go to the love of his son with pride and dignity. I want to have Jonathan come up here now. His son wants to say a few words.
I'm going to shoot from the cuff. Roger took just about every word I wanted to say. My dad's the man. He's humble too. So when he got inducted, he called me up, shot me a quick text with the invite. He said, "Kid, there's going to be a lot of badasses out there." Never once did you look in the mirror and think, "Hey, I'm one too." So I had to say to him, "Man, you're a badass. You always have been." And it really comes down to three things and the reason why he's here today. One, consistency. He's always been there for the good days, the bad days. He always shows up as a dad, as a husband, as a son, as a player, as a coach. Always was there. Never missed a game. Never missed an opportunity to throw the boys BP. Never missed an opportunity to be at a game. We grew up on the baseball field, and he was there every game. It was huge. Number two, energy. I have never run into anyone my entire life that has this level of energy. So he would get up in the morning, be at a liquor store. He worked in the liquor distribution industry. Show up at the liquor store first thing in the morning, unload an entire truck of Crown Royal, Kettle One, Captain Morgan, these heavy ass cases, like 50 pounds apiece. Unload all those, get off work in the afternoon after running his orders, all his sales calls for the day. Throw BP, throw batting practice to 13 rowdy kids who just want to take swings for 2-3 hours. Get done with that, get back, push a couple orders, cook dinner, read a book about baseball and how to improve on coaching, crash and wake up pumped to do it the next day. Unbelievable. And I think the biggest thing, the thing that sets him apart from the average player, the thing that sets all you guys apart from the average player is the heart. Getting up every day, showing up for your teammates, laying it out all, leaving it all on the field. Each and every time you have an opportunity. Leaving it on the field for your family, your friendships, your relationships, your career, your sport, everything that you do. And that's why he's the biggest badass I know.
He is that. And I'll tell you something, and I don't think he minds me saying this, he just turned 70 years old. He's playing on our 60s team, which is, I think, the best team in the nation. I've seen this man have shots hit up the middle of it, at him, turn him a somersault, get up, throw the guy out, and look at him and stain. It's amazing. But I want his permission to do one thing, and I think he'll give me this. His dad is in a nursing home, a nursing facility now. And he can't be here tonight. So
I'm going to take his place. Because if his dad was here tonight, he would go, Johnny Miles, that's my boy.
You guys are killing me. I gotta play ball tomorrow. Supposedly.
Maybe.
If I'm in the lineup. Oh man.
Shot over the bow.
Yeah. No, you gotta give me a second. I forgot my notes at the table. I'm so messed up. But just give me a second. But just to be here tonight, when I got the call from Roger, oh, thanks. I told him, and he'll tell you, I said this. I told him, I said, Raj, you got the wrong guy. I mean, are you sure you got the right Johnny Miles? He said, yeah, I got the right Johnny Miles. So we started talking, and I said, are you sure? And then I called him back 3 days later. I said, are you sure? Because the guys I'm going in with, you know, Alan Tanner, badass. I mean, Alan's a superstar. We've played, had games, right? We went at it, right? Hardcore. Alan's actually knocked me on my ass a couple times pitching. Stones. I gotta tell you a story about Stones because he's gonna come up here soon. But we were in Las Vegas last year playing, and we had a guy on our team. He's the newer guy on our team. He never went to Vegas before. And so Stones was walking up, and everybody was coming. He was talking to me. He goes, "Man, Stones knows everybody." And I said, "No, man, everybody knows Stones. You got it backwards." And he just looked at him and looked at me, and that's the truth, you know. The guys in this room, Bobby Waldyke, I played in a tournament with him 18 years ago in Naples. He came to play with us on the Sluggers, right? And everyone goes, I said, who's this guy? Bobby Waldyke. So his first event, he hit one over the fence, over the trees, over the lights, right? It was a moonshot. Came back, set his bat down, sat on the bench like it was nothing, right? And that's how I met Bobby. And you've been a legend in my mind ever since. I've seen you a few other times, but Stones, Alan Tanner, Bobby, I mean, Clyde, I don't know you that well, Clyde, but I've heard a lot about you too. So I'm honored too. To be in this class is amazing to me. And I'm 70, I just turned 70 2 weeks ago. And I am still playing 60s, and I've always played down. Some guys like to play in their own class as soon as they turn 60, whatever. My guys that I play with, the Tonys and the Chris's and the Jack Butlers and the Greg Highfields, Clayton Stutzman, where are you? I see you, Clayton. They're all 5 years younger than me, and I wanted to play with my boys, right? So I always played down, and I wanted to play with them as long as I possibly could. And Huey, who's not here tonight, he will pay for that dearly for not being here. Jack Butler, we're going to take care of Hugh Planners for not being here tonight, for Stones and I. But anyway, so I've always played down because I wanted to play with my guys. It's funny because there was one tournament I remember with most of the guys here, but with Clayton Stutzman, 30 years ago, we were in Indianapolis. It was the NSA Worlds, 35 and over, and we were loaded for bear, right, Clayton? We had all the boys. We were going to roll this tournament. There was like 60 teams. We were the ship. We lost our first game. In those days, it was 2 in the shorts, right? 2 and you're gone. So we lost our first game. We were pissed Friday night, and we came back and won 10 straight. Right, got all the way to the finals, whooped, and Clayton, I'll never forget. We got back to the hotel. I'm sorry, Clayton. We got back to the hotel. It was 2:30. We had to be back to the field at 8, and Clayton hit the bed before anybody. There was a bunch of us in each room, and he snores like a freight train. So we were all sitting there 30 years ago, almost to the day. And we were standing there. Clayton was out cold, sleeping like a baby, snoring like a dinosaur. We thought a T-Rex was in the room. But anyway, great memories with all the guys. Every one of the guys here got great memories. Highfield, Greggy, my boy. Jack Butler when he came, and now we got the new crew, Donnie Tobias, Tony Adamo, Chris Rankin, thanks for coming, Gordy. All my guys from the team we're playing with tomorrow, a bunch of them are here, and it's really cool. All you guys are here to support. I kind of needed a break for a while, so Donnie's taking over coaching the team. You know, I got a lot of things going on, so sometimes we have to step back a little bit, and I just want to concentrate on pitching. And Donnie's going to, take over. So Donnie, I appreciate you doing that. Appreciate you doing that. And I just want to tell all you guys, I just want to tell you one story about me growing up. It reminded me from Clyde Stoney's story when I grew up in Detroit, Michigan, and it was a poor part of Detroit, and kids were everywhere in our neighborhood. It was a lower class neighborhood, and we hung out with the cops. The Polish cops were all in our neighborhood, and they all had tons of kids, and kids were running around all the time. And the thing about us was we couldn't get in trouble or we got our butts kicked, right, for sure, but they wanted us outside playing. And we would go down to the ball field every day after school, and we would play. However many kids came, we'd play. If there was 18 guys, it'd be 9 on 9, 16, 8 on 8, 12 guys, 6 on 6. And when it was 12 guys, 6 on 6, right field was closed, right? Back in the day when you played, all you guys know, when there wasn't a full team, there was a position closed. You couldn't hit the ball to the right side of second base. If you did, it was an out, right? So I was the only lefty, right? So I had to go to left field, right? So here you go. That's why now, to this day, my favorite shot is the line drive overshoot. To this day, and it started when I was a kid playing, and I think that's a lot what's in today's world, the kids, they don't have what we did every day after school, going to the park, 8 on 8, 6 on 6, whoever so played. Then you go home for dinner. You get home when the dinner bell rang. You busted your ass home. You had 5 minutes to get home, right? When mom came on calling, and then right after dinner we would come back and play the last 2 innings. Right? And anybody who wasn't there to know they got in trouble at dinner, right? For something they did during the day. But anyway, no, this is awesome, man. This game has been my life for the last. I started playing when I was 22. I remember going to Tennessee, seeing Bruce Meade playing when he played for Nelson's Paint. I mean, Tullahoma, Tennessee, that was in the 70s, late 70s. I was playing with the team from Louisville, Kentucky, and we would go to Tennessee to play in Nashville. We usually got our butts kicked, but it was funny. The name of our team was Who's Next, and we thought we were really badass. We were going to be Who's Next. It worked for like 3 games, right? Then everyone said, okay, and after they kicked our ass, they would say, so we kind of dropped that name. So you learn the hard way in softball, you're taking those, but I just want to tell you one thing about the guys I'm playing with now. We kind of regrouped 2 years ago. Right, Roger, 2 years ago, we brought in some new guys, Tony and his crew, right? And so it's like, in the last 24 months, we've won 11 tournaments. So if we win this weekend, it'll be 12 in 2 years, right? That's averaging once every 2 months. We've traveled all over the country. We've done a lot of good stuff. So it's great to play with you guys. It's great for y'all having me. And I also have to say, my wife Debbie, she's back there. She is. There was one time, and this is how I'll end it, because I coached my son for 10 years. I took off 10 years to coach my son, and I ended up our AAU team did so good. They got me to be the head coach of the JV team in this high school. So that took up a lot of time. But then I got back into ball, and I'll never forget when they called me for senior softball, and I said, "What's that?" Same as Clyde, and I jumped in. But thank you, Debbie, for letting me play. One time I played 5 weekends in a row. 5 weekends in a row. So what she did was she let me play the first 2 weeks, then she left town the 3rd week. She came back and I was still playing, and I survived it. So I love you guys. Roger, thank you. Thank you all.
Standing over to the boy. A couple things. I got to do some agenda things, but when he said that his wife let him play for 5 weekends in a row, well, my wife let me play 30 weekends in a row back when I was a stud. How long ago? We hit a long. Well, I don't know. I guess I was 50. I was playing on like 5 teams. But yeah, but I love you, honey. That was a little off, but listen,
created a world where dreams are apart, and you.
Welcome, Johnny Miles, the Florida Senior Softball Legends Hall of Fame class of 2024. Well-deserved honor.
This is how legends are made.
If you hadn't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 2,000 by the end of the year. Give me a hand. Put it on your Facebook. Put it anywhere. Give me some subscribers.